Hi, my name is Naseem Nazari. I'm a student at Claremont McKenna College. I'll be discussing Proposition 2, an initiative that would allow the state to use some of the revenues from the existing millionaire's tax for county mental health services to fund housing projects for homeless people with mental illness. Back in 2004, voters approved Proposition 63, a measure that imposed a 1% income tax surcharge on people earning more than $1 million per year and dedicated the revenues to county mental health programs. This millionaire's tax generates between $1.5 billion and $2.5 billion a year for these programs. 2 years ago, the legislature voted to use some of this money to provide housing for mentally ill people at risk of homelessness, a large and growing population in this state. The idea, called the No Place Like Home program, included a $2 billion housing bond that would be paid back with interest with annual revenues from the millionaire's tax. However, a lawsuit soon followed, arguing the plan required voter approval. The legislature responded by putting Proposition 2 on the ballot. The vote was unanimous in the state Senate and a 70-1 vote in the Assembly. Proposition 2 authorizes the state to implement the No Place Like Home program. The legislature's decision to use bond financing for the No Place Like Home program means that the program would ultimately cost several billion dollars, including interest, over a period of 30 years. While the plan would provide new housing for people with mental illness, it would take away some money otherwise available for county mental health programs. Prop 2 is backed by Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg, the original author of Proposition 63, as well as a coalition of affordable housing advocates, low-income housing developers, and construction unions. It also has received substantial funding from Silicon Valley donors, including Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. Supporters say that this plan is consistent with the core purposes of Proposition 63, because housing is a critical component of care for mentally ill people. Opponents include the National Alliance on Mental Illness of Contra Costa County. Opponents argue that the legislature's plan diverts Prop 63 money from needed county mental health programs. They also say housing programs for the mentally ill can be financed without expensive bond interest payments and administrative fees. In summary, a yes vote on Prop 2 would authorize the state to use some revenues from Proposition 63 to pay for a housing bond for mentally ill people at risk of homelessness. A no vote would withhold voter authorization and force the state to gain approval for this program in the courts. For more information on Prop 2, visit roseinstitute.org and these other sites.